Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me again for the live Q&A session here on my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I am a full-time voiceover artist and audiobook creator, and my channel is dedicated to those people just getting started in this wonderful, why do I have such a hard time saying that? Wonderful world of voiceover and audiobook narration. And through my channel, I share with you tips, tricks, techniques, things that I do every day in my own voiceover business, and then we get together in these weekly chats and talk about a topic or 5. We'll see how it goes. But if you're not new here, then you know that every week we have a new poll, and that is typically the topic of today, but I don't think we're going to, I don't think we're gonna stray too much from this topic. It is something that, um, sort of, little contentious topic, I think, so let's get into it. So today's poll is, of course, about how you feel about AI. We're talking about AI today, and I think it's important. What am I hearing in the background? Oh, I'm hearing myself talk. Hang on. Let me just turn the mute the YouTube version me. Okay, there we go. Now I can focus. It's like, why do I hear myself talking somewhere? Anyway, so today's poll is do you feel AI will replace voice actors at some point? Um I mean, it's a pretty even split. 46% of you said yes, and 54% of you said no way. Although I do like the slight tip into the positivity, the positive side, which is the no way. I think it's it's a lot like if you recall when AI was first starting to come out with when Midjourney and some of these like AI created like pictures, art started to come out, and photographers were kind of where we are now going, "Oh god, what is this gonna do? Is this gonna decimate my business?" And it's slowly sort of morphed into 2 different categories where you have the human eye that can see the art and the soul and the beauty in things, and then AI say photographers see that, the human photographer can see that. And then you have this whole other category where AI is sort of can be realistic, but not real, right? It's still sort of fantasy. It's not it's almost too perfect, right? Where there's a little bit of edge and grit and, asymmetry. You know, there's more beauty that goes into real photography, like the real picture that is being taken. Anyway, I am finding and these are my own opinions. I'm gonna share with you what I have learned so far as a working voice actor and my experience with AI coming from both sides. That what the photographers were experiencing a few years back is sort of kind of how it's going for voiceover. Meaning that to get this piece of art is now cheap, it's almost instantaneous, and the end user realizes that it's not real, right? This is something that was created by technology. This is an algorithm. This is not real life. right? It's sort of the same thing that I'm seeing for voiceover, meaning we have all of these companies that are making AI voices readily acceptable. It's almost an instantaneous, instant gratification sort of I have this need, I'm gonna feed this algorithm this information, and then out spits out this AI voice. That's kind of fits what I need. Is it perfect? Does it have soul? Is it art? No, but it's what I need. It's cheap, it fits my budget, and I get it almost instantaneously, right? Whereas on the flip side, you have a voice artist who's probably gonna take a little bit more time to get this done. It's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive, but the end result is real, created by human with human soul and a human heart and a human's understanding, the asymmetry, as we said before with photography. It's not too perfect, it's not too polished, it's real versus not quite right, but it's cheap and it fits the bill, right? So we have KDP, we have all of these companies that are starting to now offer AI voices to authors. Same thing with, all these different companies that are offering AI voices for all kinds of different needs. And some of these companies are jumping on the bandwagon going, again, this is going to be fast, it's instantaneous, it's great for our budget, right? It fits the bill budget-wise, it's cheap. But I think what all of these companies and all of these people, these, businesses that may use I think everyone is including KDP when they're offering these AI voices for audiobooks. I think everybody is neglecting to think about the most important aspect of this endeavor from a business standpoint, and that is the end user, the listener, the person who is listening to that AI voice. As you know, I talk to a lot of people, not just mentees, students, community, clients, businesses, and then friends and family and, friends and colleagues and things. I talk to a lot of people throughout the day, every day. General consensus, no one likes an AI voice. So I think this reality slap is going to come at some point. Now, the companies that still want to use the AI voice because maybe the end result doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe I hate to say that anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked on a tangent, but maybe for quick content, low budget YouTube channel kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's applications for AI voice. But if you need something real that doesn't sound fabricated or too polished or too perfect, you need a voice actor. I have clients that come to me with, just to add a little positivity, if you guys are all thinking doom and gloom about AI, don't. Because this is, again, my experience so far. I have clients that come to me with videos that they need voiceover for. They use AI voices as sort of like a scratch, like just to make sure the timing fits for voiceover, and then they send the script to an actual voice artist to record in that timing. I mean, that's a good use of AI voice. Excuse me, still recovering. But I don't think it's something that's going to be I don't think we should be worried or that worried, to be honest. It's hot in here. Let me open the door. I also have clients that come to me to redo projects that they had an AI voice on. And guess what? Their client hated the AI voice, so they wanted a real voice actor to record the lines. I mean, I don't know. I think that's going to the end user's opinion, ultimate opinion is ultimately going to catch up. But I can go off on tangents, as you know. So let's get over to the comments and see what you guys are saying. How about we do that? Let's take this off the screen. Let's go over to the comments. Dwight is here. Hey, Dwight. Good day, Angela and my fellow Angelistas. Sad day in my studio. Why we gotta start off with the negativity? Oh, God. Why is my throat so scratchy today? Tech troubles for 3 days? I almost don't want to read these because I'm seeing your comments. Her voice heavy with emotion. Yep. Good luck with that, AI. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Regarding the topic of AI and VO takeover, ask the same question as in today's title. Oh, she's one of the Bluetooth voices? She basically said that human voiceovers will be a high-end commodity. She has noticed that most of the big corps gigs have already converted to AI voiceovers, and 90% of that market has already made the change too. Sorry, guys. That said, we need to perfect our craft now so that we can be the providers of the high niche markets. Audiobooks are relatively safe because of the breadth and humanity needed for audiobooks. Oh my gosh. I was fine all morning until just now. In regards to his comment about the breaths and things, I have a podcast client who has, I forget what is it called? He wanted to use his own voice for a podcast. But he was sick. What was it called? I'm sure it'll come to me. So he fed a transcript. He trained his own AI model and he fed his transcript into it, and it spit out this perfectly polished podcast episode with breaths and everything in it. But as I went through and edited it, because I wanted to hear what this sounded like and just kind of took out things he didn't like and things like that, it was too perfect. It was too evenly spaced. It was like too polished. And it sounded like him, and it almost had the same nuances. It was so eerie to edit it, let me tell you, knowing that it wasn't him, but it sounded just like him. It was so weird. But ultimately, he didn't want to use it because it sounded too perfect, too polished. Even though it had breaths, it had those things in it. It was creepy. But Dylan, I just saw your comment. Am I dying on camera? No. I was fine all morning, I promise you. Just for whatever reason, my throat just got super dry. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that was me. Paul said, one of his projects that I didn't get was done by an artist using AI. It was obvious to me within 10 seconds, but he hadn't realized. Yes, more education is definitely needed, I think, on all fronts, as far as AI is concerned. I think that the end user, I think, is the one thing that they're all overlooking. They're looking at How they can best serve their client, yeah, but it's fast, it's cheap, it fits the budget, it makes them more money, the companies that use AI, because they don't have to pay the voice artist as much, perhaps, for whatever software they're using to create the AI. But I think ultimately the end user, if not the end user, the users that are gosh. Anyway, um, not the end user, but the client's end users are not going to like it. So let's say, for example, a video production company, for those of you that don't quite understand what I'm saying, a video company is paid to produce a video and they use an AI voice. They finish the video, they send it off to the client. The client goes, "Oh, I love it. That's great." Everybody's happy. And then the client takes that finished video and then sends it off to whoever they're sending it off to, whether it be, to stakeholders, to clients, to customers, to colleagues, they're promoting a product or whatever. But the people that are watching this video are going, "Is that an AI voice?" Something just sounds off. Again, I haven't met anyone who likes listening to an AI voice on anything. I mean, it's fine for like TikTok and Instagram and those kind of, AI voices that you hear, but even those get tiresome after a while. So then you have to think, if like this high dollar company, let's just say hypothetically, high dollar company had this video made and they're sending it to me, but they used an AI voice. I mean, that's kind of cheap and there's no soul to that. And did they just take the easy route with AI? Right? What kind of message does that send to the end user? I think that is the part that is being overlooked by everyone, as far as I know. I don't know. So I think, to go back to the mid-journey photographer, I mean, that's I think is how it's going to go. That using an AI voice is going to be like the easy, quick, low value. Using a voice actor is high dollar. Right? It's a more complete experience. I'm trying to not cough, so I probably sound like an idiot, but you know what I mean? Tess is here early today. Good. I saw your comment earlier, Campfire Tales. Do you mean, how is AI affecting your views? Because you're using AI or other channels are using AI and making more content faster than yours? In which way is it affecting your views? I'm assuming, I don't know how people listen to it for stories, so I'm assuming that other channels are taking your viewership, perhaps, using AI because you don't? I'd really like to know what you mean. Rustic Hillbilly says AI is troublesome on several levels. I agree. I think the only AI that I use is ChatGPT because it's useful, but I don't use it for finished product. Again, I use it for scratch. I use it for like a starting point. Same idea. I wouldn't want to feed too much information into AI if I don't have to. Personal information, anyway, if you know what I mean. Skynet. Sean Tyler says, I'm not worried about it taking over. I'm more worried about voices being stolen for AI. That is definitely something we have to worry about, unfortunately. If your voice is available anywhere online, chances are someone might have already done it, have taken it. If you're a voice actor of any kind, audiobook, not even a voice actor, but you're on YouTube, You're on social media somewhere. If there was enough of your voice there present, it could be. It could be stolen. What's to stop them? So that's just an inevitability, I think, if you're online at all with your voice. There's going to have to be, it's still too much of the Wild West. We still have to have more regulations, but how do you police that? Right? I mean, there's just still so much in the air right now. It shouldn't be allowed for anything. Campfire Tales. I should have some serious mega subscribers, but ever since AI came out, it's totally affected me. So I'm guessing by your comment that you must be losing your viewership to other channels that use AI voice, perhaps? That actually surprises me. Tanya says, evening all, I think it might be a novelty for some time, but the limitations will become obvious over time. I wondered about coming off of Fiverr since they added the AI element to voiceover gigs. To your point, Fiverr, actually respect Fiverr for separating the two. Real voiceover from AI services is two different categories. I think what you're referring to for the AI element is for the voice artist to have the ability to train their own AI voiceover model. Because Fiverr is going like, they introduced this like AI assistant and these AI engines that you can use for different things, I suppose, in your business. But anyway, like to me, I have the ability to train my own AI voiceover model to help me produce more gigs. It's not that they are taking my voice and they're reselling me as such. They can't do that without my permission. But if I want to create and train the model with my voice, I can do that. It's not something that I have to do. It's an option that I don't want to do. I'm not doing it. But I have the option if I wanted to. But I like the fact that they left it separate, right? It's not a must do or we're going to do this. Do it if you want to, kind of a thing. My cup of tea says, I think that industries will move towards AI as a cost-cutting move, but as a result, there might be other areas that will still want to use real voice. Absolutely. I mean, that's all it is a cost cut. That's all AI is. Natalie says, hello, hello. Finally able to join you on a Tuesday morning. Well, welcome, Natalie. Glad you're here. Flaky audio. Are you getting flaky? No, that's just me coughing. Dylan says, morning all. I believe AI will put bad VOs out of business. The only way we can protect ourselves is by honing our craft and making ourselves and our performances stand out. I have to partially agree with that. I mean, even I don't want to say anybody's bad. Inexperienced, perhaps. Inexperienced and probably brand new. And, we've all been at that point where we don't know what the heck we're doing yet. We don't know what's good, what's right, what's bad. We don't know any of that. Or unless you mean people who just don't really care, and just record something because they want to hop on the get rich quick bandwagon. But to your point, you should always be honing your craft and getting better at it. Absolutely. But even those people that are real people versus AI would, I think, still have a leg up because they're real. There's real human emotion behind it. Versus synthetic emotion, Rebecca says, but AI is cheaper. Yeah, for a reason. But we also need to be on our toes and keep an eye on the ebb and flows of the industry. You should always have a pulse on what is happening in the industry. Of course. Rebecca says, "Oh, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone." Caesar says, "Oh, hi, Angela. Not the first in line today, but not late. I feel like human voices may eventually become the premium choice, while AI will be the economy budget choice. Lots of things AI can't do." And I have to agree with you, but I think at some point, again, the end users are going to rise up and say, okay, I don't like this. I'm tired of hearing. I want to feel some connection. I want a real person to talk to me. But just to put it simply, but I think that's pretty much what it is right now. Human voices are the premium choice because using AI as the budget economy option also sends a message. As I was saying before, if you're a big business and you send this beautiful video to your clients, stakeholders, whomever, with an AI voice, what does that say? I hired a video producer that was okay with sending me an AI voice, or I didn't want to pay to have a voice actor do it. I want an AI to do it because it was a cheaper option. I mean, what does that even say to the end user? Right? I think those things are being overlooked. And I think at some point they will. Caesar says, "I tried routing the script I used for my website trailer into Artlist's AI voices, and it couldn't shift emotions from austere to angry to emotional. Because it's not human, Caesar." Dylan says, "Until they invent an emotion slider that can be turned up and down, twisted to hit happy, sad, etc., human voices will still reign in audiobooks." My cup of tea says, "On a related note that someone mentioned, I had my voice used in a scam call. My extended family got called by someone impersonating my voice. Got to be vigilant." Those damn scammers. Yeah, there's a lot of that. And I've heard of that scam, but I've never known anyone, like, had anybody that I know had actually had that happen to them. That's crazy. Trends. Yeah, keep up on trends. KJC says, "Good morning, all. AI might take over the budget stuff, but can get tone and inflection of a human voice." I have to say, KG or KJ, from what I have seen and heard so far, it's getting close, but still, it's the budget option. It's the budget option. Even if it does, it's still not going to sound natural, right? Caesar says, "Even AI image generation is very evident where dynamic range is too even across the board. AI voice is just still very one note. And I imagine even once they can emulate emotion, it'll still be janky." That's exactly what I'm saying. It'll be noticeable unless you're turning a blind ear, right? You notice it, you just go, no one will ever notice. But if they do, then it's going to be a problem. Not for you as the voice actor, but for the company using it, right? Janky. Pamela says, "Howdy and good morning." Good morning to you, Pam. "You accidentally pressed yes, Natalie, but really wanted to stay positive. I know AI is growing, getting so much better, but I don't think it'll completely replace real voices. I think this stage that we're in right now, where more and more companies are developing AI models to train and to use and to, to make available to companies, businesses, and That's gonna still continue, like, the contention between AI voices and voice actors is still going to this is still gonna be an ongoing thing, I think, for a while, where we all kind of butt heads and, demand policies and procedures and regulations but when the dust settles, I think that's ultimately was what it's going to be. It's gonna be the premium choice versus the economy budget janky choice, right? And I would have to think that most people don't wanna be looked they want their content to be looked at that way, as the economy choice, if that makes sense. That said, hello, everyone. Sorry for the April Fools on Angela's Discord. I'm not retiring and starting a new spice-based career. Okay, I'll still be here doing voiceover things. I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to go back to Discord and see what you did, April Foolie. Rebecca said she'll forgive you one day. Max Guevara says, hopefully audiences will prefer human performances. So far from what I have seen, they do. They still do. I've had to replace AI voice. I want to say I had to. I've been hired to replace AI voice many times, where the company initially used an AI voice and the client hated it. Lisa says, good morning from cold Alberta. Third winter hit this past weekend. I knew it would happen as soon as I put the snow shovel away for the season. Of course, that's the way it always goes. I think that AI will be part of our industry from now on. However, I don't think it will take over the industry. I think I have to agree with you, Lisa. I think it's going to be just, unfortunately, something that we're going to have to deal with. I mean, AI is going to infiltrate every piece of our life. It's in some way, shape, or form. It's all in how we deal with it, how we interact with it, how we educate ourselves, and how we just move forward with it. Mm-hmm. Dwight says, happy belated birthday, Angela. But it was a great one. Oh, it's not over. It's today. It's still happening. Today is my birthday. But thank you. Rebecca said her voice heavy with emotion. Yeah. Good luck with that, AI. Campfire Tale says AI is definitely affecting my YouTube channel. I have over 2,000 uploads and 6 years into it, but I keep punching like Rocky says. Good. She snorked back, a nose full of snot as tears ran down her cheeks. There's a boat. There's a boat, Jack. I could totally do all of that, I think, right now. Dwight says, spent the last 3 days fixing, and Caesar and I got it to work a couple of minutes ago. What did we miss? We missed something. Dwight and I figured it out in record time. There was buttons pushed in that shouldn't have been, like mute. What are you guys talking about? It must be something on Discord you guys are talking about. Dylan said you dying. No, I'm not dying. I'm already over this holiday. It's a holiday because it's my birthday. That's why it's a holiday. Sean says, I feel like AI voices will not fit due to an ineffable quality in the uncanny valley. As it gets closer to realism, something stands out as fake and is off-putting. Yeah. Exactly. It just feels janky. It's jankified. Eric says, hi, Angela and fellow Angelistas. AI does make me a little nervous, but I hope that it will never be able to put in the soul, the performance, and reality that we can. I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't think it'll completely take over for voice artists. I don't think, again, I think it'll be two different categories, right? Just like there's AI art and there's actual art. And you got AI voice and you got actual voice. Budget and quality, right? Two different categories. Which do you want to go? Caesar says, I must say AI narrated content turns me right off. Same. And I don't know anybody else that says, oh, yes, bring on the AI generated content. I love it. Give me the AI voice. I don't know anybody that says that. Apparently there are. I mean, Campfire Tale says there's, but I don't know anybody who enjoys AI voices. I turn them right off. Make sure the channel is no longer recommended from a friend. Yeah. Yeah, AI is an algorithm, not a soul. Exactly. Amanda Panda says we use AI in Isotope. What do you mean by that? Like big AI functions to fix stuff, but not an AI voice, right? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Campfire Tale says there are so many new channels using AI for stories now, and it seems a lot of listeners can't tell the difference. Ah, yes, they're taking the views. They're getting way more views with no effort or skill. But you know what? Um, as you know, YouTube now has a new button that must be selected if you're using AI content, AI generated content in any way, shape, or form, whether it be video or voice. If anything is generated by AI and not an actual human, it has to be noted as such. But how many viewers will actually go and look and check for that? To your point. So I'm wondering at some point. Oh, and also ChatGPT is starting to now watermark things. So I think there's going to be more and more indications, or there has to be some sort of a watermark or some way to indicate upfront that what you're viewing, listening to was generated by AI, by an algorithm and not a real person. That could be something that comes down the line because we're starting to see more and more of that, where it has to be indicated as such. I don't know. We'll see. Spicy Caesar says, Jim's right. I'm human and numbers confuse me. Jim says there are at least 2 companies that want me to work with AI. Stay away from them. I'm sure there's a lot of companies who want to work with all of us to take our skills and voices. Campfire Tale says, since the AI outbreak on YouTube, my views have been cut in half the past year. Nothing changed on my end. If anything has gotten better, so I know it's the AI. Let's see if we can get some questions. Anne says, I love the positivity here. We are irreplaceable. I agree with Eric in that we have the soul that AI does not. Yeah, you can't. Again, AI is an algorithm. It's numbers, like Jim said. It doesn't understand. You can program it to show you or express emotion. I mean, even if it's just surface level. But only a human can understand the depths of loss, fear, terror, love, right? All of these deep human emotions. Will an algorithm ever be able to fully express that? I don't think so. Those are all like those deep, like soul emotions. I don't think algorithm can express that. Mm. That's why we don't buy anything that has a price tag, but if it says on sale, we go for it. Yeah, it's the fear of missing out, right? TK Partita says, I'm starting to think that AI will never replace the human voice just because a program will never be able to fully replicate human emotion. Not very, yeah. I mean, even if it did, again, surface level, if an AI was able to replicate an emotion, there's still something that's going to be off about it. You're not going to connect with it because it'd just feel weird and just janky, right? It's not going to feel right. Let's see. TK Partita, I'm looking for questions. I started trying to build an AI voice model with Fiverr, but it was so bad I just couldn't bring myself to sell it to people. I wouldn't even feed my voice into any AI training model, even if it was meant for me to use. I am not giving any engine anything because you never know at some point. I mean, where is that going to be used apart from being for me? Who else is going to have access to it? So on and so forth. No. Nope. Nope. Jim says, "Go, Dylan." Exactly what I think. AI serves as an incentive to keep us on our toes. Lisa says to Campfire Tales, "I just subscribed to your channel. We'll take some time this week to listen to your stories. Just the little bit I listened to sounds spooky. I love spooky." There you go. Everybody go over to Campfire Tales. Check them out. Subscribe, hit all the buttons, watch all the videos. We help out our own, right? Spicy Caesar says to Dylan's point, if a language model is trained using samples from seasoned voice actors, it could potentially outperform a less experienced voice actor. The debate is, can a voice actor be that bad? And to Angela's point, maybe the real question is less to do with the quality of AI voice versus a human, but the inherent uncanniness of AI voice, that detachment, that weird missing thing. Eric says, how do you protect yourself from getting your voice out there? I mean, apart from watermarking everything that we put out there, I mean, there really isn't any other way. Even when your voice is on social media platforms, it's out there. If you're online at all, period, your voice is susceptible to being stolen. Unless you watermark everything you do, put like a beep, 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 or like what, excuse me, some of those, what are those, like Pond 5, or trying to think of some of those companies that sell like royalty-free music and they have like that, this is this is not free music or something. There's like a watermark. There's like a voice that pops in there every couple seconds, like as a watermark. You could do that. Hold on. I see a super chat. Hold on. Spicy Caesar. This is an AI generated message. Happy birthday, Angela. I cannot open the pod bay doors, but I can play Despacito on your HomePod. Thank you, Caesar. You're so funny. I appreciate you, Caesar. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Don't make me laugh. My cough. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Caesar. Dwight says intellectual property laws are being tested regarding AI in the courts as we speak. Good. Civil cases have been squashed by out-of-court settlements. Yeah, that's not necessarily a good thing. Doesn't really help us. Caesar says to Eric, unfortunately, it's a risk, but I no longer worry about it. Laws are being implemented at least, but it's impossible to prevent anyone from cloning our voices if they wanted to. Dwight says, I agree with you, Angela and Caesar. It will be a problem if they figure out your product is AI. Then you become less than what you are. Perfecting your craft is how we will win the VO battle with AI. Max says, happy birthday. Thank you. Rustic Hillbilly, happy birthday. Thank you. And a banana. Happy birthday. Thank you. Caesar says, we're referring to Dwight saying he had a bad booth day and was having technical issues for, I was coughing through that part, so. Broken booth. I think the worry is that we are still very, very early days in AI, and we've no idea how far it can go or will go. My hope is that there will always be a big space for real humans. I think there will be. I truly think that's the way it's going to end up, much like photographers and Midjourney. You got AI voice or a real voice actor, right? You want cheap, fast, and everybody knows it's cheap, fast, and not quite real, fantastical. Or do you want the real, authentic thing, high quality, janky? Michael McGovern says no one is going to listen to AI erotica. Everybody's got their thing. I don't know, Michael. There might be some people out there that just love their AI erotica. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm not going to see, but I'm sure we'll hear all about it. Kyle says, I took a fantastic audiobook masterclass with Adam Werner this past weekend, and he included a couple of recordings of AI voices reading a book. We didn't know it was AI. We all dislike them a lot. So there you go. I swear to God, I was not coughing at all for like the first few hours this morning. I don't know where this all came from. It might be dry. I think it's what the problem is. It's dry in here. Hang on, let me hydrate. Paul says, howdy, howdy, howdy. Jim says, it's artificial. It's in the name, people. Artificial intelligence. Artificial. Real voice actor. David Brumfield says, hello, Angela from Ontario. Hello, David. Lisa says, another analogy is this. As a former singer recording artist, when I went into the studio to record an album, I would re-sing until my pitch was correct, which is how every singer should record. However, when auto-tune was invented, singers got lazy. Did she really? I didn't know that. That is how Cher obtained that weird voice for her song Believe. People get lazy and want things done fast and cheap. Yeah, we don't want lazy. Mm-mm. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Lisa, thank you. Your birthday was yesterday. We Aries do stick together. You're my Aryan sister. Khan says, have you ever sold your voice to any? No, I have not. Because it creeps me out. Ultimately, what it comes down to is kind of what I was saying before. I want to know where my voice is going, who I'm talking to, what I'm saying, why I'm saying it. I want to have control over that. Because if you give your voice or someone pays you to train an AI model with your voice, you don't know. I mean, it's not going to be you saying it, but I mean, not knowing what I'm saying to whom and why I'm like what I'm saying. No, no way. Nope. That's the main reason. No, I wouldn't do that. Oh, hang on. We got another super chat. Thank you, Tanya. You're awesome, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. Leah, happy birthday. Thank you. Paul says happy birthday. Thank you. Kathleen says, hello, everyone. I got a Tuesday off and you brought donuts. Yay! Cupcakes. Donuts and cupcakes. Thank you for being so wisdomous. Joey Tribbiani. Yeah, I like that. Tanya says we Aries definitely need to stick together. Happy birthday. Yep. So happy birthday to all my fellow Arians. I realize it is April Fool's Day. I should have done an April Fool's prank on you guys. Dang it. Why didn't I think of that? Should have. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate you. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that something that I said or that somebody else said today is sort of kind of smoothed your fears, maybe a little bit. AI is something that we're going to have to deal with in probably a lot of different aspects of our lives, day to day, going forward. There's no stopping it. But what we can do is educate ourselves, stay on top of industry trends, continue to grow, train, learn, practice to become better voice artists ourselves, and find a way to live alongside it. And I think eventually it will morph into, like I've said a million times already, premium choice or the economy choice, right? Voice actors being the premium choice, AI being the cheap, fast choice. I truly do think so. Caesar says, let's sum it up. AI is not a threat. We shouldn't see it as a threat. And if it does become one, we fight it and cancel it. Rebecca says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, everyone, please like, subscribe. If you're watching this in Team Replay, please consider subscribing, sharing, pressing all the buttons, notify, all the buttons. I appreciate you. I mean, not just helps out my channel, but it helps to boost the algorithm to thrust my content in the face of other people looking for this information. So if you found it helpful, then please help out the future you, the person in your place looking for this information. Let's push my face into their faces. Sorry for all the coughing, guys. I'm so scratchy. Caesar says, I've lived beside AI for a while. It was infuriating. I'd be like, babe, please make dinner. And she's like, sorry, I can't find dinner in your contacts. It's funny. Eric says, I will from now on think of April Fool's Day as Angela's birthday, so I can't be a full joiner platinum group now today. I like it. I think that's a t-shirt. That's our next t-shirt, Eric. Aaron says, what if a person loses voice? AI helps keep it. You mean like if something happens and the voice just completely goes? I don't know. Like using AI to fill in where your voice is. I would just say get some rest and heal yourself. Get your voice back. I would not feed my voice, my information, anything that has anything to do with me as a person into AI for any reason. No. Yeah. But even still, if your vocal cords are down, I don't know. It's like giving up my soul. That's how I feel about it. I don't like it. Mm-mm. Even then, I don't think I would. Because it's not me. It's an algorithm-based version of me. It's not really truly me. I still wouldn't use it. Maybe. Like Stephen Hawking. I don't know. Anyway. Again, I'm hoping that something said today eases your fears a little bit about AI. I don't think it's all doom and gloom and pending, oh, we're all going to lose our jobs. And I don't think so at all. I think, again, just get educated, stay on top of industry trends, keep your ear to the ground. I mean, you'll start to see and hear the things that I do, right? Where clients don't like it and they hire a voice actor to replace the AI that they used or so on and so forth. So until next time, if there's something that you guys want to talk about, in a future weekly chat, then please put that in the comments down below. These live chats are for you. So if you want to know something, talk about something, chat about something, whatever it is, then tell me what you want to talk about. It could be the topic of the next or a future weekly chat. So until then, keep practicing, keep at it. Have some cake, have some sweets today for me. You could just say it's my birthday and I said so. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.